It is Easter, and you'll probably get together with your families and just kind of enjoy the time, which is great. Some of you may even have like a little Easter egg hunt, and that's all fine and well. But let me encourage you that on this Easter Sunday, let's not forget to celebrate Jesus. We celebrate this day because he rose from the dead, and he gave us life and life eternal. Matthew chapter 27 and verse 50. And I'm gonna do my best to behave on the back of this truck, y'all. Brother McDaniel, he teased me and said I might be able to get you a cordless mic. I'm about to walk on this roof, but I know some of y'all be a little worried, so I'm gonna behave on it. Matthew chapter 27 and verse 50. And it says, when he had cried again with a loud voice, yielded up the ghost, and behold, the veil of the temple was rent in twain from top to the bottom. And the earth did quake, and the rocks rent. All of creation was in turmoil. All of creation was struggling at the mere fact that they recognized that the Creator, the King of Kings, and the Lord of Lords had just yielded the ghost. Have you ever stopped to consider that just for a moment, as he walked on this earth, every time he placed his foot on a place in the dirt, all of creation would be moved because the Master was touching them? The sand and the earth would literally shiver in its own creation, just in hopes to feel the touch of the Master's foot. All of creation recognized God, but it was we that didn't recognize, and we put him on a cross. We read here the story of Jesus as he was put to death. While pursuing all the things that I was looking for in this particular message, begin to look at the media, begin to peruse Facebook, gather some information just to kind of find out what was going on. I noticed that a lot of people on Facebook and the media was basically referring to Easter as a story. They would say, don't forget to hear the Easter story, or we're going to hear Easter story, or many churches will gather on Easter in their parking lots to hear the Easter story. And for some reason that stuck out to me. A story. What is a story? A story is an account of incidences or events that have or will take place. It's a broadcast of works of futuristic events proclaimed and recounted by an individual that can be truthful or can be fiction. As a young child, I was fascinated with stories. My parents are here today, and they can attest that I used to love stories. My father used to tell me that your mouth is going to get you in trouble. I wasn't a big reader, but when it came to stories, I loved to listen to them. I loved to read some of the stories because I liked different attributes and different things. And one of my favorite story series, I don't know, I may be aging myself here, it was a book series called Nancy Drew and the Hardy Boys. I love these stories. What I enjoyed the most about these particular books and these stories is the different events and the mysteries, the problems that were portrayed, the situation that was taking place, that Nancy Drew and the Hardy Boys had to follow the trail, and they had to follow and look for clues and look for the signs that would ultimately lead them to the final result of what took place and who did it. I was fascinated and intrigued by these stories, and so I would listen and I would read quite a bit. Secretly, I enjoy personally telling stories. I like to write them, and I hope someday that maybe I'll grab a little bit of discipline in me to sit down and maybe write a book myself. I've started two, and they're just half finished. But as I was thinking about the story, one thing I realized is that books are written and stories are told to portray a certain message. It is to get somebody thinking in a particular way. We face many different things. Right now we're facing the news media. That if you're not careful, if you listen to just one side, you'll begin to notice that sometimes that story is one-sided. And if you just listen to the same things, you might find yourself considering or causing yourself to think a certain way, to feel a certain way. And if you're not careful, you'll form an opinion and start making decisions based off of one-sided stories. As I started thinking about this, I got an unction. I believe God reached down and just kind of nudged me a little bit. And I believe that he said, I feel like stories are being written about our lives. Stories are being written to portray a certain message about you. Let me take a moment right now and just say that I don't care where you've been or what you've done, God has a plan for your life. There's a reason why you're here. There's a reason why you're in this place. I believe that God can use you. I don't care what you've done in your past, how you failed, how you've sinned, what mistakes you made. I believe that the story of your life can change today. You can leave here different than you came. You can leave here with a whole new outlook on life. I feel like these stories are being written about us. I believe they're being written in particular ways. This story that is being written about your particular life and my life, I believe what's being scrolled across pages is a story in hopes to be passed off as reality. But the truth is, it's nothing more than a work of fiction that the enemy is writing about you and I. I want you to hear me real closely. The story that the devil has told you already right now is a lie. This story is nothing more than lies and deceits that's being spewed out by a false author. And he's got no business writing on the pages of your life. He has taken your book of life and he has taken the clean pages and he's pulled out a pen of deceit and he's attempting to write a work of lies in hopes to destroy your family, in hopes to destroy your faith, in hopes to destroy your friends, in hopes to destroy your loved ones. He's trying so hard to destroy your relationships. He's conjuring up some story in hopes to destroy your marriage and to destroy the relationships that you have. But hear me, most of all, what he's trying to do is destroy the relationship you have with God. He has written on some of our pages some lies, and he has recounted a story and told you something over and over. For some of us, he has said, you've gone too far, you've done too much, you've done too much in your past, and God don't want you, God don't love you. He's written on your story and he's causing you in hopes to believe that you're done and there's nothing left, that you're finished. But hear me, he's got it wrong. You're not finished. Jesus said on the cross, it is finished. God is in this place, and the devil is trying to write a story in your life, trying to let you think that he don't love you, that he's not thinking about you. For some of you, he's even told you a story about this sickness that is going around, and he's trying to say, oh, you better be careful, you better not do this, you better not do. We need to be careful, but hear me, we don't need to live in fear. God has not given us, I said God has not given us a spirit of fear, but of love and power and a sound mind. I'm here to tell you, you are not alone. I know this social distance has got some people feeling like you're all by yourself and that God don't love you and that you have nobody left. But you hear me in this place. All you got to do when you're feeling lonely is just open up your mouth and say his name. For the Bible lets us know he is as close as the mention of his name. Hear me in this place. Even though some of the things that we're being told might be true, only portions are true. Let me encourage you today. That's not how your story ends.
Amen.
Satan is a liar. I said Satan is a liar, and he has no business writing in the book of your life. He's trying to scribble on your page. He's trying to get you to think that what's in ink is permanent. But let me tell you, that's not how your story ends. Because just like the devil is writing on your page, if you just come to a place and get down on your knees, you can be faced with a God that is writing a whole new story in your life. He is written in blood that covers every blot of sin and shame that you got. He wrote it and took it on Calvary. That's where it started, and that's the written word that we need to hold on to. We need to navigate the narrative that God is